Hey, P-Self here. A few words about education. Standardized testing became the norm in public schools in the mid-90s. Many states jumped on the bandwagon to begin testing students to determine whether they could read, write, and do math problems up to the standards set by the state. Some states opted out of standardized testing. However, after George W. Bush became president, he pushed through a bipartisan educational standards law that required testing throughout the 12 years of elementary and secondary education. The supposed beneficiaries of the testing program are the students, right? Well, titled euphemistically the No Child Left Behind Act, the law stressed standards, a rigorous educational program, and curriculum tied to a series of high-stakes tests that, if a student failed one or more tests, she would not be promoted to the next grade or possibly would not graduate from high school. There were many forms, many kinds of criticism flung at No Child Left Behind that were contextually accurate, like, teachers were forced to teach the tests. Military recruiters are given access to students' personal information. Children in poor neighborhoods and non-English speaking students' performance was below that of their suburban counterparts. These are all true, but one criticism that is rarely, if ever, discussed is that a system of testing and standards that narrows the curriculum is just bad education, period. Yet, I would argue that bad education is exactly what the No Child Left Behind Act set out to achieve. When criticizing No Child Left Behind and analyzing any American institution like public education, one need only ask, who benefits? Let's see, who does the No Child Left Behind Act benefit? First, you have to look at what's wrong with No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind dumbs down education. An educational system that narrows its curriculum and requires teachers to teach to the test to meet performance goals on a single battery of 5 tests is not only dumbing down the curriculum, it's dumbing down citizens. If you think about the billions of things people could learn and know, and I'm not talking about the basics of reading and writing, but how can a few hundred questions on 5 tests encapsulate everything a child learns? It's impossible. And controlling knowledge through a narrow curriculum reeks of mind control experiments. Well, in an educational sense, it is mind control. Young people who graduate under the new rules of No Child Left Behind are more likely to be intellectually stifled, lack curiosity, and many will hate learning. And if they don't graduate, they are condemned to low-wage work the rest of their lives. Still, I have to ask, who benefits? In a nation where political power is necessary to build empire, the masses must be kept in check, and the No Child Left Behind is the instrument by which humans are turned into this. Look, I don't mean to be overly dramatic, but Morpheus was right. The Matrix is a system of control, and No Child Left Behind is the programming for the Matrix. It provides the necessary lack of nutrients to keep hungry minds starved and thus uncritical. Why? Because ignorant people are easier to manipulate and control. Yes, the products of public schools in a No Child Left Behind world are apathetic and docile people who will become good workers in a world economy that demands consent, not dissent. Graduates of the No Child Left Behind school will be the production power that runs the machine of world trade. So, who benefits? That's right, the wealthy. Corporations need docile workers who believe and do what they are told. Indeed, there is no room for critical thinking skills or creativity unless it increases the profitability of the company you work for. To criticize the company and their labor practices, like, for example, a Walmart worker who tries to organize a union, is a sure way to get fired. And there are many checks and balances built into the system. As I said, young people who do not graduate are destined to low-wage work, where organizing is all but impossible in this day and age of anti-unionism. So, what can a parent do? What can a student do to combat the effects of a dumbed-down curriculum? Well, one is that you could read. And the second thing you could do is read. And the third thing you could do is read some more. There is no law that says your children can't read whatever they want at home. As many YouTubers know, the information is out there for those who search. Parents, don't let your child's curiosity be castrated by a stifling curriculum and bored teachers who are forced to teach to uninspiring curriculum. Teach your children well. Unplug them from the TV and computer and video games that perpetuate the matrix of ignorance. Curiosity didn't kill the cat. No Child Left Behind killed curiosity. And that lack of curiosity meant that the cat never lived in the first place. Well, take the red pill, people. Get out of the matrix and free your mind. Then your ass will follow. This is Peace Elf saying, peace is only a mind away.